Hi, I'm Meredith Coe, and welcome to my kitchen here in Charlottesville, Virginia. Today I'm going to be making a Rocky Road whoopie pie, one of my all-time favorite desserts to serve at any party or gathering. I really like the whoopie pie because it's so simple and traditional and such a fabulous thing to serve. So I wanted to take out my Philadelphia cream cheese to let it soften to room temperature. Also want to take out the butter and shortening that I'm going to be using for the pies to let that soften as well. So to start with the pies, you want to preheat the oven to 375 and let that get heated before we put the pies in there. So to start, we're going to grab a medium bowl and a cup and a third of flour. We're going to put in a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to sift that together to combine it, just to kind of get it all mixed together. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just want to get it all sifted together. Alright, now we're going to start the wet ingredients for the pies. We're going to put in our 4 tablespoons of softened, unsalted butter. We can save this wrapper because I will use it to grease the pan that we're going to be baking it on. Let it set over there. And our 4 tablespoons of shortening right in the bowl. And we are going to blend this until it's kind of soft and well blended. Just creamy, fluff it. Hopefully you can still hear me. We're just going to let that go for a bit. While it's going, I'm just going to get the cup of ground sugar together. The butter and shortening are nice and blended. I'm going to add the packed brown sugar right in the mix. And let the sugar get kind of nice and combined into the shortening and butter before you add the egg. So I'm going to turn down the speed of my mixer. Now the brown sugar has blended into the butter and the shortening. I'm going to crack my egg right in. You know what? It's okay if shells get in there. Adds texture. And just let that egg kind of combine into there. And then I'm going to add my 1 cup of yogurt right into the mix. And you can use vanilla or plain. They're both equally as delicious. You know, you can also, if you found a chocolate yogurt, which I'm sure they have out there, you could probably use that as well. I'm just scraping down the sides before I add the dry ingredients into this mixture. Turn the mixer back on low. And slowly add your dry ingredients into the mix. Some people prefer to alternate yogurt and dry ingredients when making these, or any cake. I prefer just to add that yogurt right in and then just add the dry ingredients on low speed. And just let the mixture fully combine until just blended. You don't want to overbeat this. And just scrape the sides down. You have this nice, lovely texture for the whoopie pies. So I'm just going to grease my pan with the butter wrapper. You could also use parchment paper if you have it around, but I find that butter does the trick. And I'm just going to dollop about 2 tablespoons of the pie mixture right onto the pan. They're not going to spread that much, so just keep them kind of even and tall. You also want to keep them round. One of the reasons I love making these whoopie pies is they always bring a smile to my face and others when they see them. So now that I have all my whoopie pies on the cookie sheets, I'm going to put them in the oven. And we're going to bake them for about 10 to 15 minutes. You just want to bake them until the cakes come back a little bit springform-like. So while the pies are baking, I'm going to start the delicious filling. It's made with Philadelphia regular cream cheese, 8 ounces of it. We're going to beat the cream cheese on medium-high speed for about a minute just to soften it up. And with the machine running on low, we're going to slowly add the powdered sugar, 1.5 cups. We're going to add the marshmallow cream. It's a 7-ounce jar of marshmallow cream. After you beat this for about a minute or two, you can go ahead and turn it off and scrape the bowl down. And I'm just going to put this in the fridge for about 10 minutes. So while we're waiting for the cakes to finish, they have about 8 more minutes, maybe about 5. I'm going to chop up our nuts for around the whoopie pies. So I'll grab some roasted almonds and some walnuts. You can use walnut pieces or whole walnuts and just chop them up. You can also use a mixture of nuts. Traditionally, whoopie pies are made with walnuts, and then they switch to almonds. So if you want to use both, awesome. If you want to use one or the other, that's great too. Just as long as you have some kind of nutty goodness surrounding your whoopie pie to give it that Rocky Road-esque feel. So we're going to do a 1/2 cup of almonds. You can go ahead and chop these up. And now I'm going to chop a 1/2 cup of whole walnuts. Of course, walnut pieces would be absolutely fine and probably a little easier. I'm going to turn my oven on. I always forget to do that. Take these bad boys out. And I'm going to let them cool completely, which will take about, depending on the temperature at home, it could take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. So I'm actually going to go put them on the windowsill and we'll be right back to fill them and finish. So now that my whoopie pies have cooled, I'm going to pair them up with a partner. Basically find 2 like-sized pies so they kind of look uniform. What you're going to do is you're going to spread about a tablespoon of the Philadelphia cream cheese marshmallow cream on each side of the pie. This is going to be really gooey, so you're going to want to serve these right away, or at least forewarn who's ever going to consume them later that they're going to be very messy. But the pie should hold up to the cream, cheese, and marshmallow mixture. Now you're just going to press them together. You want that cream to ooze out the side so you can place the nuts around. I'm just going to smash the nuts onto the sides of the cookie. It's going to be gooey. It's going to be delicious. And you're done. This is the Rocky Road whoopie pie ready for consumption. And I hope you enjoyed as much as my family and friends do. And I look forward to seeing you all next week to create something with Philadelphia cream cheese. What isn't there to love? It's amazing. Bye.